Chapter number 9. Newfound wealth. Question number 1. What were John and his sister doing when Jane visited them? They were discussing a letter arrived from a lawyer telling them they were left a fortune from a dead uncle. Question number 2. How did John recognize Jane's identity? On one of his visits at the schoolhouse, he picked up a painting she had done and noticed her name written on the corner. Question number 3. Why did the lawyer, Mr. Briggs, look for Jane? Because she had been left a fortune of £20,000. Question number 4. What did Jane discover about John's family? She discovered that John and his sister were her cousins. Number 5. What did Jane decide towards her fortune? She decided to divide a fortune among her family all. Question number 6. Why did Jane decide to return to Cernfield suddenly? Because while she was walking alone in the evening, she heard Mr. Rochester crying, "Jane, Jane." So she felt that something terrible had happened to him. Comment fully on the following quotations. I know nothing of Mr. Rochester, but lawyer Mr. Briggs has been looking for you too. It was said by John to Jane when he discovered her real name. If that is your final word, then I will go alone to India. It was said by John to Jane when he offered to marry her, but she refused. Chapter 10. Happy endings. Answer the following questions. Number 1. Who told Jane the news of Mr. Rochester when she returned Thornfield? The innkeeper. Question number 2. What news did the innkeeper tell Jane? He told her Mr. Rochester's news. Mrs. Rochester had been mad and one day had attacked her husband and set fire to the house. So she had died and Mr. Rochester became blind. Number 3. Where did Mr. Rochester live after becoming blind? He lived with old John and his wife in Ferndale. Number 4. When did Mr. Rochester's sight return? 2 years later after his marriage. What happened to John family at the end of the story? John became a missionary and he lived in India. Diana and Mary Rivers were married. Number 6. What happened to Mrs. Fairfax and Adele at the end of the story? Mrs. Fairfax retired and had a pension from Mr. Rochester. Adley attended a school nearby Thornfield. Comment fully on the following quotations. Number 1. He is totally blind and living like an invalid with old John and his wife in Ferndale. It was said by the innkeeper to Jane when he told her about Mr. Rochester. Number 2. God bless you and reward you, darling. It was said by Mr. Rochester to Jane when she went to him at Ferndale House. Number 3. Are you wearing a blue dress and a necklace? It was said by Mr. Rochester to Jane when his sight returned. Good luck. Thank you.